Previously on Clean Cut Food. Hello everyone, and in today's video we're going to make a beef Wellington.
Are you stupid?
One of the most advanced and best dishes there is. You're going to always find them at gourmet restaurants. And in today's video, let's do it. Now the first step to making a beef Wellington are mushrooms. And first we're just going to take about half of them and put them on the board. And now we're just going to cut them up into very finely small pieces. Okay, now we're going to put our garlic cloves in our garlic twist press. Now we're going to move on to cutting up our shallots. So now we cut it into dice shapes, and now we're going to cook them. So we added some olive oil to our pan, and now it's cooked. I got our shallots here, and now let's put them in. Okay, you can see that they start to sizzle now. Wait, how did these guys knock it off? Wait a second.
If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. By all means, keep moving.
And now we're gonna put our garlic in. So now we're gonna carefully stir it, because you don't want some parts to be perfectly cooked, some parts to be overcooked, and some parts to not even have gotten anything on it. So you're just going to stir it very carefully. So now we're going to put our mushrooms in and stir them the same way that you did the other ones. Okay, right here we got some bay leaves and thyme, and we're going to throw it in. And now we're going to stir it with everything else. So right here we got a nice medallion roast, and we're going to season it with some salt and some pepper. Now let's go sear it. Come on, let's go. Okay. And now we're just going to put the steak on. There we go. Okay, so right here we got a very outlawed steak, so you can call me an outlaw. We're making the outside crepes of the Wellington. Okay, right here we got a cup of flour, and now we're gonna put in a couple tablespoons of sugar. Not tablespoons, oh. So right here we have a cup of flour, and then we're gonna put in a couple spoonfuls of sugar. So we made a little hole with our flour, and now we're just gonna add in 2 eggs to it. Okay, now we're gonna put in a cup and a half of milk. And we're just gonna put in little bits, mix. Little bits, mix. And let's do that. Now we're gonna put in a tablespoon of butter. Now we're gonna cook the crepes, and we're gonna make several of them. Okay, now we're gonna cook this till on the side it gets a light brown color, and then we're gonna flip it and do that to the other side, and then we're gonna do that for about 3 times. Okay, now we're gonna paint the steak with mustard. Okay, now we're gonna put our crepe pancakes like this. One right here, and one right here. Now we're gonna lay down some prosciutto on the crepes. We're gonna sort of make a rub with our onions, shallots, and garlic and mushrooms on top of the prosciutto. Now we're gonna put the meat right about here. More on this side so we can roll it up. Okay, I forgot to say this, but we're gonna leave it out for about 15 minutes. In plastic wrap, by the way. Now we're gonna make the red wine reduction sauce. 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna put in our garlic and shallots. Now we're gonna stir this. So right here we got a cup of vegetable broth, and we're just gonna put it in. Now we got a cup of red wine, and we're also gonna put it in. I mean, it's called red wine reduction sauce. Why aren't you gonna put wine in? Because you have to put wine in. Like, why wouldn't you, bro? Like, why wouldn't you? Now we're gonna reduce the sauce for about half an hour. Now I've had some puff pastry in the freezer, and you should have left it in there for about 40 minutes. We have a puff pastry, and now we're gonna roll it. Now we unwrapped our Wellington, and now we just put it on to our puff pastry. Now we got our egg wash, which is just egg yolk and butter. And now we're just gonna brush it lightly over the puff pastry. Okay, now we're gonna preheat the oven to 415. Now we're just gonna put some egg wash on the Wellington, on the top of it. Now we're gonna use our lattice roller cutter to get that awesome design of beef Wellingtons. And we got it on the puff pastry, and you're gonna press down hard so it cuts in. Go like that. Okay, right here we got a nice lattice pattern, and we're just gonna now put that on our beef Wellington. And now that we got it on, we're just gonna give it a little egg wash on top of it. Now we're gonna put this in the oven. Now we're gonna put that in the oven for 20 minutes. This dish has a fun historical side fact. It was created to celebrate the Duke of Wellington's victory over Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Okay, now it's time for the taste test. That is really good. I mean, seriously, that is really good.